welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to be looking at a collection of documentaries is almost what you would call it. So this is Unchained Memories. It's the reading from slave narratives. So this was part of a project done in 2003. So please note the time. That where several celebrities got together and were filmed reading some of these interviews that were done 70 years after the end of slavery of former slaves. So that is what these, yes, there's various photographs, and you do see the actors and kind of see them talking about different things, but you're hearing them read often because they're actors in what they would think would be similar to the voices that these former slaves would have done. Now, a lot of these were children, because again, this is 70 years after the end of slavery. So most of these people would have been children or teens when slavery ended. So it is very interesting. It's a great piece of history, particularly when you're talking about the slavery in America, because these are their voices. This isn't somebody talking about slavery. These are the words of former slaves. So you're really going to get an idea of what it was like from their point of view. I remember one of the ones that was reading, and even the actress found it funny, that this slave woman took pride in always making her quota, which was on the cotton plantations, and never being late. But this was their life at the time. There was an interview with a couple where the wife grew up. Yes, she was enslaved, but their owner had fewer slaves and treated them well. So they had beds and nice clothes, and they were never beaten. And she wasn't exactly happy when slavery ended. Why her husband was treated horribly. And it's like, I never want to go back to this. So it's interesting where you're reading, because the interview was done together, and I don't know if the actors were married, but they play off this interview that was done with these two couples, with this couple. And you also have to remember that the slaves giving these interviews were old, and it does, if they have pictures of them, they show them. It talks a little bit about their lives and kind of where they were and how old they were during the interview. So it is very interesting. But again, it was done in 2023. So I have IMDb up here, so I'll give you some of the actors. You have Whoopi Goldberg, who's the main narrator. You have Angela Bassett, Michael Boatman, who I recognize but don't remember, Dave Shadell. I recognize his face. I don't remember who the heck he is. You have Ruby D, who I know is Ruby D, and O.C. Davis. Those two spoke for the couple. You had Robert Galloom, who I know he's passed, but I recognize his face, so he was pretty famous. Oprah was in here. Yes, I skipped over it because I don't like Oprah. You had CCH Pounder, who again I recognize. She's very very prominent. Samuel L. Jackson is in here. You have Ruben Santiago Hudson. Latea Richardson Jackson was one of the other. You had Courtney B. Vance, who I know is in. You have Oprah Winfrey, Vanessa Williams. I think those are most. And then Roger Guinevere Smith is here. So those are the ones that are listed. But they're all reading off these slave narratives. I'm trying to think of the main woman who was talking. It was Sandra DeLay. She's the one who starts it off, and you see quite a bit of her. And so I really do recommend this. I don't know where the I'm in the middle of doing a whole bunch of cleaning and rearranging, so I actually do have them in physical form. Um, but I find them very, very interesting. And as homeschoolers, if you're doing the covering slavery, these are a must. Because again, this is you're getting the information straight from the mouths of the slaves. So, all right, my daughter is fussing. So, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.